Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today I'm going to do some corrective work on my fully cascading juniper. My buddy Ian out in Belfast, Ireland, he had told me a while ago, like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be an outdoor tree. Even if you overwinter it indoors, it's definitely got to go outside. It's an evergreen. And I've just left it in this one location in my house that gets the most sun. It's an insane amount of sun and pretty much the same temperature year round. Well, finally, after nearly 3 summers, Ian was proven correctly as my tree started to die off a little bit and it's not looking too hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do some sort of deadwood off the back there, give it a pruning, and then put it in the shade underneath that chair back there with another Yamadori project of mine, to hopefully get it to be an outdoor tree and let it recover and get back to healthy standards. It is not looking its best. So anyways, that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, y'all. So I'm going to be real quick with this. So that's why it's part of another video. But my buddy Bonsai Jay inspired me to grow this geranium bonsai, and I left it longer than he recommended because we were loving the flowers, but it's literally growing and crawling out of the pot. So I want to get some more energy to this new growth here. It'll have a really short, woody, stumpy trunk to start. But hopefully it grows back and we can start to develop a little bit of height and make it look a little bit more like a tree and not just a gnarly plant. But so I'll leave a little room for dieback, and then when I come back to this one, I'll probably take off these older pieces and this one once it dies back. So, all right, onto the weeping juniper. Excuse me, the cascading juniper. Right, so I've been like, this thing is in the center of my house, so I walk by it a million times a day, and I look at it every time, and I'm like, oh God, is this the day I work on it? What am I gonna do? So, I don't know, there was a spider mite attack, and I don't know if it was the spider mites, the spray that I used to kill the spider mites, or just the fact that it was in a really highly magnified window. But this thing just started burning up on this end of the tree. Now, I always focused on this side, and I was like, okay, we'll have a little balance coming off this way. Like, if you look at that trunk, it's looking nice, and I think it would look good, as just a fully cascading coming off the side. I can't remember what they call that, like a literati or some shit. But anyways, I've gone back and forth on whether I'm going to do some deadwood work here and leave it like a gin, or if I'm just going to take it fully off. So I think just now I'm going to do some deadwood work. In worst case, it's terrible and I take it off. It's kind of small, to do all that work on, considering this is so thick. So maybe in the future it won't really make any sense, but for right now I'm just going to do it. I'm just using the sharp part of these scissors to kind of skin the top, take the bark off, and give it that older deadwood look. Not too bad. And I've got some branches. They don't look well, so I'm just gonna take them out. We'll see what we got. So in order to transition this outside, I think the sun is just way too intense right now. So I have a maple that I Yamadori'd from a construction site, and it recovered and it's doing great. But while it's recovering and getting its roots, I'm leaving it out of the full sun. So I leave it under this wicker chair here in the corner. And I'm thinking my instincts are telling me to do that exact thing with this, because it's used to intense sun and intense temperatures, but not directly outside. I got it from New England Bonsai Society for my 37th birthday. Laura and I took a day trip. And it was in one of those greenhouses that has a retractable roof. So it was like outdoors but indoors. And since I was such a rookie and it was looking fine, I didn't want to disturb it, so I left it inside. But now, as you see, it's no longer looking fine. So you gotta do something. So Ian, guy I mentioned earlier from Belfast, Ireland, he has a page called Back Garden Bonsai, and he is way more technical than I am, and he has just released a couple of a two-part series on growing trees indoors. So if you're just starting out and you're new to bonsai, I would totally check that out, because he does a review on some specific lights, and he gives you a graph on the hours in which you can mimic outdoor conditions and things like that. And it was really informative, so I would check him out. That's Ian at Back Garden Bonsai, my broski. It's funny because I really have no local friends since I got out of the Marine Corps, but like my best friends are in like Norway, Ireland, South Africa, my homie Sean, Scott out in England, and then you got my Canadian broskies, Nigel and Bonsai Jay. And it's just been fun building a friendship network with some guys who find it's funny because typically you find you have similar traits that relate back to bonsai. Like everybody is really big into nature and animals and things like that. So anyways, through the Bonsai YouTube network, I have found some of my best friends. So anyways, check Ian out. Sean doesn't have a page in South Africa yet, but he will soon enough. But Ian at Back Garden Bonsai, it's really cool. Oh man, okay, I think that's gonna do it for me here. I don't want to take too much off. Where it's growing healthy, I don't want to mess with it. I just want to take out all that nasty stuff. So let's get it put back here. I watered it prior to pruning. So this corner right here still allows the rain to come in. However, it takes away the direct sunlight. So let's get it put up under there. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed your time here today at the ranch. I know I went off on some rants and stuff, and the pruning actually went pretty quickly. But I'll give an update in a couple of months on the tree, show you that it recovered, and hopefully it'll be a new outdoor bonsai that is successfully grown and won't burn up in my window like I had it. So thanks for the advice, Ian. I'm finally getting to put it outside. And everybody else, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because there's plenty more to come here from the ranch. Take care, y'all.